Welcome, drummers. I wanted to make some brief points about buying your first drum set, and I will start with used. Used can be a really great way to go because you don't want to sink a whole lot of money into your first kit. And that's not because you're not going to stick with it, because you are definitely going to stick with it. The reason is when you're really new at drums, you haven't had the chance to develop your own preferences, like preferences of brand, preferences of what wood that you like, preferences about whether you like 2 toms up, 2 down, 1 up, or 1 down. You just haven't really had a chance to even decide whether you like smaller diameter drums or bigger diameter. There's so many factors, and when you're new, it can be kind of daunting. So a used kit is a great way to go, and you don't have to know anything about drums to buy a used kit. All you have to do, really, thanks to Google, is look at the ad, look at the drum brand, the model, then Google it, see what it sells for new, and offer money accordingly. One thing to look at is the heads. Now, if the drum set's heads are really pitted and look very worn, then chances are you're going to have to spend some money on new heads. And you can use that as a bargaining tool. You can say, looks like I'm going to have to buy new heads. Do you think you could come down on price? Now, when it comes to new, a lot of people buy the beginner kits that come with cymbals, and only beginner kits come with cymbals. And even some of them don't come with cymbals. Some of the name brands don't. I don't think the name brands probably offer them with cymbals, but I could be wrong about that. Now, those kits, even the off brands that are beginner kits, actually sound pretty good. I mean, if you have new heads on them and you tune them up nice, they will sound good. They use cheap woods, probably poplar, but it works. The ones I've heard have sounded fine. What doesn't sound so fine is the cymbals that come with them. They don't sound like bronze cymbals, and that's what cymbals typically are, is bronze. They sound very tinny, almost like a metal trash can lid, and the sound decays really quickly. But you know what? If you've bought a set like that, it's okay, because you're going to get just as good practicing on those cymbals as you would the finest cymbals that money can buy. Where it comes in to play is that before you do your first gig, you would probably want to replace those cymbals with some bronze cymbals of a name brand. So that's something to keep in mind if you plan on doing a gig really soon. Then you might not want to go that route at all. But when it comes to practice, like I said, those are fine. Another thing to keep in mind is you may want to stick with name brands. Tama, Pearl, Yamaha, Gretsch, the list goes on. You might want to go with one of those brands that people know, because then when you go to resell your kit, you're going to get hits on your ad. People are going to respond to your ad, where when you have those really off brands that no one has ever heard of, it might be hard to resell later when you want to upgrade and get your dream kit. Electronic kits. Some people think they're not drums at all and that they're worthy of no respect, but actually they're great, because what's important is that you practice. And if you live in an apartment or a house with other people, then you might not get to practice that often because you're going to disturb others, where an electronic kit will allow you to put on headphones and practice even in the middle of the night. And that's what's important, is that you are practicing. So definitely consider an electronic kit. Now, the high quality ones, though, like Roland, can be really pricey, but you get what you pay for when it comes to the electronic kits. You really do. All right, well, I hope that helps. You guys have a wonderful Christmas and a great New Year's, and remember, you can totally do this.